Jimmy Butler, he's a very interesting player to me.
He's like, oh shoot, I don't know where to go with the ball because I haven't been able to think.
It was a great series. Game 4 was one of the best games I've ever watched in my entire life. Now LeBron's a 4-time champion, and Anthony Davis gets his first.
It's unacceptable. So happy when the Astros lost because it would definitely be a 2020 thing.
Yeah, I was impressed by their game. Braden Point, Andre Palat, Nikita Kucherov, that was the best line in the playoffs, no doubt.
Stay undefeated when they face the mighty Cowboys with Garrett Gilbert.
Hey everyone, I'm Jared Sandler, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our MLB Opinions of the Week once again. But this time we're talking about kind of the streaking Royals who are outperforming our expectations, really, given that they are second place right now in the AL Central.
Yeah, and they're only 1.5 games behind the Cleveland Guardians, who are in first. They're looking great, and it's fueled by a lot of young talent.
Yeah, and that talent to me that sticks out. Of course, you have Bobby Witt, but to me, it's on the pitching side. Cole Reagans, I include in part of that. 26 came over in the Aroldis Chapman trade from the Rangers. I know he has a 4.22 ERA, but he's just seeming to play really well. Ever since the trade, he's been doing amazing. And you also got Alec Marsh with 2.53 and 2.84. You have Brady Singer, who's been kind of a top prospect for them, and they're all under the age of 28.
Yeah, and then you have their ace this year, Seth Lugo, with a 1.66 ERA, 2.45 ERA plus. Just remarkable. If you look at their fit for all their players, all their guys are within 2.64, which is Cole Reagans. Cole Reagans has the best fit fielding independent pitching, all the way up to 3.82. So all of them have very good fits, even if their ERA may be a little bit higher than that. Their bullpen also has some good names. John Schreiber with a 0.9 ERA and Angel Zerpa. It's 1.59. But if they really want to be a good team this year, they will have to add another reliever or two because their closer, James McArthur, 4.58. Chris Stratton, 5.6. Nick Anderson, 4.4. Matt Sauer, 5.65. Will Smith, 7.82. But there's still the whole, the last 3 teams that Will Smith has been on have won a title. So maybe the Royals are trying to jump on that bandwagon.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, that is a good point. And when I look, to me, it kind of seems like their pitching is leading the way because when I look at the OPS plus for their lineup, there are only really 3 guys above 100. You got Salvi leading the team with 164. Then you got Bobby Witt with 147, and then Vinny Pasquantino with 114. Everyone else, the closest one to that is 86 between Mikel Garcia and Nelson Velasquez.
Yeah, you're right. It's definitely pitching that's leading the team thus far. They do have a good bit of home runs, especially from guys like Pasquantino, Witt, and obviously Perez, who has 8 this year, which is a good number. But they're going to have to add, if they want to be a pitching team, they're going to have to add more relievers because they only really have 2, maybe 3 that are reliable enough for them to go any sort of distance in high leverage situations.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not sure. To me, I'm surprised that pitching is leading them because they're a team that in the past few years, it's always been, oh my gosh, how can they not develop pitching? But it looks like it's starting to work out. And of course, I know they changed president of baseball operations during that time, but to me, I understand adding and what you're saying, how that is a weakness for them in the closer. I don't know if we see them do that, though. I think they might just want to stay pat.
I don't know about that because you don't know how many years. Let me put it this way, Kevin. The last 2 times they made the playoffs, they won the World Series and they went to the World Series and lost. They don't make the playoffs. I think that's the only 2 times they made the playoffs since 2000. So whenever a team gets good for them, I think it's more of a flash in the pan, and you have to go all in immediately. Now, this may be a little bit early to do so, but if you're sitting around this a game and a half back of the Guardians come mid-July, come the All-Star break, and you're really close to getting to a playoff spot, I don't see why not. Because I don't see, again, a team like this, a team like the Marlins, that you only get good every once in a while. You have to jump into it as soon as possible. They have prospects if they wanted to trade, just to get one or two guys. I'm not saying to trade the entire farm system, but make one or two moves that could really make your team strong contenders. You have a lot of young guys on your roster now, and if the team was just a little bit better, I think they would be true contenders at least as a pitching squad, because they have enough starting. They just need relieving.
That's a good point. And I like the idea of competing. I'm curious what the Royals will do, and I think what's like they've been hot. To me, the biggest thing when I look over the previous schedule is they took 2 out of 3 versus the Brewers. And to me, the Brewers are kind of a young, really good team. And I'm curious, is there sort of, if you're looking at it, and okay, if we do well in this series, then I'm definitely going all in. Is there a series that stands out to you about that? That where you're like, okay, now I'm going to go trade people and really try to bolster this roster for a run.
No, because you don't want to just determine something that big on one series. I feel like even if you are still playing well and now that's the series. No, it's more about how you're playing against the teams that you're going to be playing in the playoffs, or against the team in your division, the teams that you're trying to fight against. Right now, Baseball Reference has them as a 70.5% chance of making the postseason. Kevin, do you think that's too high, too low, or around the number that you think is realistic?
That seems pretty high to me. But we are about a month in the season. That's something we can definitely monitor. I would have guessed maybe like 50%, but I'm curious.
It's 70.5 right now, 3.3% to win the World Series.
Wow. Okay. So maybe we can monitor this and see if they go for a downturn or if they keep staying hot. I'm curious. When I was looking at their series, they have at the end of May they have a 3-game series with the Padres, and then in the middle of June they have a 4-game series with the Yankees, which I'm curious to see how that would go if they keep this hot start.
That's true. We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, and that's all we got. So it's been fun seeing the Royals, a team that we thought was going to be terrible, be really bad. But I'll turn it over to Austin to close it out with his final thoughts.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. What do you guys think about the Royals' hot start? And please catch you in our next video.